They say breakfast is the most important meal of the day. Well, I tend to agree, but probably not because of the same reason as most people think. A lot of times people think that you eat a good breakfast, you get energy for the day, and the more active you are, the more you need the breakfast. You won't be able to function at work. The kids won't learn anything in school if they have a bad breakfast. And when you get older, if you skip breakfast, you don't eat enough during the day. And a lot of explanations, right? And I can see at work, a lot of people skip breakfast because it takes too much time. So they'll grab a coffee at work, maybe get something from the bakery. They're not hungry anyway, so they just get something in, right? And then of course you got the fitness enthusiasts that say, whoa, 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 you know, you've been fasting the whole night. Now you got to break the fast. That's why it's called breakfast. You need to get protein, you need to get carbohydrates, you need to get fats, and yada, yada, yada. Well, my point is, for breakfast, breakfast is the biggest tool, is the second most important thing when it comes to setting up sort of a fit businessman lifestyle where you work, you have a family, and you don't have to really have a fitness background or a fitness profession to stay healthy and stay active. Breakfast is something that most people, if you think back 1 year, most people, and I think you're one of them, have eaten the same breakfast the past year. It's one of those meals that tend to not change. It's so easy that you always have time for it, right? Or you don't have time for it. If you just grab a coffee or you just skip breakfast, but it's always the same, right? Especially on weekdays. And that makes it a really good tool because consistency is really the key. Whether you're trying to gain muscle or burn fat, you want to be consistent. And breakfast is such a good tool. I can tell you, I've seen a lot of good results that come from breakfast. And it's been different choices. You know, I see people that skip breakfast. They used to eat breakfast and they just skip it. They go to intermittent fasting to about noon or afternoon. They try to go as far as possible during the day with not eating at all. Just drinking some coffee and not even that sometimes. And that can yield really good results. And the key there, of course, is that the calorie count will be lower and maybe the total of the food intake they will have will be less every day. And every day, that's the key here. You want to be able to do this every day. So if you're in the habit of eating 1,000 calories every morning and you just switch it up a bit, I mean, you just take 100 calories off that. And that's as easy as just changing the plate size. You know, if you, regardless of what you eat in the morning, you just change the plate so it fits less food, and you basically just go on living like you used to do, but you've got 100 calories every day, and it's going to be automatic, and you're going to lose weight. So if weight loss is what you're after, then breakfast is really one good tool that you can use to regulate it. And the same thing goes if you think that you should be eating more of, I don't know, vegetables, fruits, whatever it could be that you feel like, well, when I think about it, maybe I'm missing something. Maybe you should be a role model for your kids. You try to force your kids to eat something. And then you say, well, I'm going to eat it. And in order for you to eat it, or in order for your kids to eat it every day, if you have it in breakfast, hey, it's pretty much a done deal. So it's easy to add or take away stuff, and that's something, you know, you might easily forget that because you want to be efficient. You're a workaholic like me, and you're busy, and you just want to have something quick to eat. But I used to also try to spend very little time on breakfast, and what I switched up, I started using actually eggs quite a lot, because I find them tasty, it's easy to do, and you can mix in a lot of stuff. And I would say that around that time when I started doing that, that was probably when I was around in my late 20s. Since then, I've had a six-pack year-round. And when I tell you that breakfast is the second best tool, and I was talking about the eggs, I can mention shortly, you've probably seen the Plan B meal video I did. It was a while back, but that's still the number one key when I speak to people that want to lose weight or they want to gain muscle, burn fat. One thing people have a problem with, and this is especially for you that work a lot, you need to have something that you can just instantly make. So when you come home and you're tired, you don't have time, you just have to eat something. You gotta have something there that you can just put in your mouth. And that could be, for me, if you know me, you know it's often omelets. It could also be waffles. It could be even just a protein bar or this protein pudding. Just something, I need to have it close by. I need to have it there. So in case, just in case, and these just in case times happen quite frequently, you just need to get something. So you avoid going to McDonald's or drive through here or order pizza or just grab chocolate because that's the only thing you have in the pantry. You need to have a Plan B meal. And that's number one. But number two is the breakfast. Because the breakfast, you can really change your life. You can change your lifestyle with the breakfast. So I really encourage you to try and maybe add some stuff to your breakfast, maybe change it up a bit. I tried to add a lot of stuff so that when I make, for instance, an omelette in the morning, I nibble on carrots and I chop up, lemons and just eat them like you would, I don't know, have a alcoholic drink where you take a lemon first and you suck on it and you throw it away and drink. I try to make it really easy, and it's not that easy to have everything set up. So, but I've been trying different things, and I encourage you to do it as well. I think you can accustom yourself to anything. You can adapt, but it takes time. And it takes a little bit of effort to change this habit. But if you have trouble with lowering your calories, start with the breakfast. That's really an easy way to change your life. I'm Eric Snell, the author of the Fit Businessman book, and I'll see you at work.